Hi yogis, Sadie here. I can't believe with my hundreds of videos I have not yet taught you MULA BANDHA. It's one of the most important moments in your yoga practice and I take it for granted a lot, so it's the time now to share it with you. MULA BANDHA, or the root lift, is physically an activation and lift of the pelvic floor muscles. We have a bunch of muscles down there that are all interlaced kind of like an LA freeway. And they interconnect with the low abdominal. So if you're looking to tone this very elusive spot right here to sculpt, that low belly, or what one of my students calls the food storage place, you need to lift the pelvic floor in order to fully activate this area. It also helps you strengthen for the poses, lifting the energy up. If you drop it, you'll feel tired and you won't be able to support yourself or your breath. So try that first. Really drop out. Get a Buddha belly, drop the pelvic floor, and sit here. So you shouldn't be able to sit up straight if you're really dropped out. And see how your energy feels. It should feel what yogis call aponic, or downward moving, kind of draining from the head, and what I like to call this pose yuck asana. So drained out. Now try to breathe down here through the nose. You can barely do it. Okay, so that's kind of how we sit sometimes when we're typing on the computer, a little bit unconscious and dropped out. So no wonder we get drained and need our coffee. Okay, so you're going to lift the pelvic floor muscles. It's like you're going to the bathroom and you have to stop the flow. Sorry to say it that way, but that's all we got. So you're going to lift it up, draw the navel in and up, and sit up straight. With the pelvic floor contained now gently, sense your energy. Is it different than it was before? Should be more awake and alive. And now with the pelvic floor engaged, begin to breathe through the nose. Total difference. So the pelvic floor supports the breath, the energy, the balance of our practice, and helps tone the core. Very important. And as old age sets in, you'll be very glad that you have a strong pelvic floor. Same with pregnant women and after pregnancy. Good to tone. So this is like a Kegel all the time. So everybody lift that pelvic floor up. Begin to breathe here and just tone the pelvic floor the entire time you're practicing a physical yoga. Until you rest at the end, that's when you relax it. So you can keep a little tone from the pelvic floor to the low navel and still let the breath move through the rib cage. That's good. But we don't want to inhale and let it all go and then exhale and tone it again. You want to keep a nice light tone the whole time. So with that secret area lifting, it's going to remind you in your practice that you've got that deep inner strength that's always a constant. Your poses will revolutionize, your energy will stay up in your practice way more, and you're going to gain everything you want by the simple lift the yogis call the root. And it's for a really good reason. So engage your MULA BANDHA, and I always say MULA BANDHA is like Elvis. Why? Terrible joke, sorry, but because it always leaves the building. And it does. You'll forget about it every 30 seconds like I do, but return your mind to it. Have entire practices where you go in with the intention to keep your pelvic floor lightly lifted and see how it feels to really commit there and concentrate. Before you know it, you'll be doing it all the time. So keep that lifted when you're at work, when you're on the mat, when you're walking around. You'll have a nice strong root here and a lot of energy through the whole body to share with your whole world. So I hope you enjoy this lesson in MULA BANDHA, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.